Hi everyone, Martin Gaffuri here, just wrapping up the commentary with Stephanie Case and Tony McCann for the latest UTMB World Series event, the Monte Rosa Walserwaeg by UTMB. Let's relive some of the highlights from the three main races held in the heart of the Aosta Valley in Italy. For the second edition as the UTMB World Series event, the Monte Rosa Walserwaeg brings together 5,100 runners from 77 nations on the four main races. Inspired by the vision of elite Italian athletes Giuditta Turini and Franco Colli, all the races embark runners on an epic adventure amongst the 4,000-meter peaks of the Aosta Valley. Following the footsteps of the first mountaineers and pioneers who forged routes to the summits, the participants will combine sporting excellence with the authenticity of Italian cultural heritage in the heart of the Italian Alps. The 50K course features a challenging 43-kilometer loop with 3,200 meters of elevation gain on technical and demanding trails, offering stunning views of the Monte Rosa Massif. Starting in Gressoney-Saint-Jean, the race begins with the long climb to Ospicio Sottile. Participants then make their way to the Gabier Dam through the wild Valdôtains Valley, passing through the iconic village of Alpensu. The real pearl of the course is an ancient Walser footpath, the Walserwaeg, a legacy from the historic Walser community that settled in these lands from the 12th century onwards. After focusing on the 100K distance throughout the 2025 season, Emilie Schmitz will line up for his first 50K following her runner-up finish at the Istria 100 by UTMB earlier this season. Italy's Martina arrives in an excellent form after her impressive start of the season, highlighted by a few wins on home soil. She'll be looking to carry that momentum into one of her biggest races of the year. Despite two early season DNFs, Fabiola Conti still starts as the woman to beat. Last year's 100-mile winner knows exactly what it takes to succeed on these trails and remains the race favorite. In the men's field, the race looked highly competitive with 5 runners ranked above 910 on the UTMB index. A familiar face in the Aosta Valley, Nadir Maguet knows every climb and descent on these trails. Backed by years of racing in his home mountains, the Italian will be one of the leading contenders. Last year's winner, Swedish Petter Engdahl, is back to defend his crown. With one of the highest UTMB index in the field, he once again starts amongst the race favorites. Spain's Manuel Merias has been unstoppable so far in 2026, with several standout performances and victories. This specialist of steep and technical terrain has all the qualities to challenge the win. Up they go for a first ascent. And there we go. They are closing on the front group. We have another 2 runners coming in, and these ones are the dangerous ones in the mountains. Again, William Boffelli on the left-hand side, and again in yellow with the La Sportiva kit, Nadir Maguet. So Fabiola Conti still leading the women's race. Martina closing on her. She is just 10 meters back. Oh, and look at that. Petter looking over his shoulders like, all right, how we doing behind? And Fabiola Conti now has reopened a gap on second place. Martina Cumerlato, who was just behind at the bottom of this climb. And there you go. Oh, ooh.
Oi, oi, oi.
Hot and making a move. Il Mago, ladies and gentlemen, we told you he looked in shape. Nadir Maguet has just surged onto the screen, and I believe the minute he's got enough room, might very well be making a move on Petter Engdahl on that climb. Holy moly. There is a bit of a gap now. Manuel Merias still in third, Luca Del Pero in fourth, Mattia Bertoncini in fifth. Oh, something happened to Nadir Maguet because all of a sudden he's walking.
And you can see him coming over. Most of the steep stuff looks like it's done. He's kind of crested into the valley here and is making his way up to that first checkpoint.
We are with the chasing pack, and I'm afraid we're not seeing Nadir Maguet.
Well, he's definitely got those climbing legs because, as you can see in his results there on the right-hand side of the screen, European Athletics Off-Road Running Championships in the men's up and down. And we've just got news that we have a DNF for Nadir.
Oh, no. There we go. He's going to reveal. So what do you think? Like, for this kind of race where there's no crew, is he going to carry his whole nutrition in empty flasks? We are indeed, but it's also to have this transition with the drone. But here you can see there's a cable rope. This is how steep and technical this section is. Look at the angle.
Yeah.
Like, it is so steep. So Manuel is right behind together with Mattia. And it's Luca Del Pero who's now running in second place. And now we have this true POV to appreciate the technicality of this race and this course. Here we go. Manuel Merias now has made a move and he's regained second place on Luca Del Pero. I'm so happy we're having images here because this is absolutely a masterclass on technical terrain.
While we are still with our first woman here, Fabiola Conti, we have got some news.
Man, she nearly hit the deck again.
Ay.
There she is, Emily Schmidt, and she was saying that, you know, whether there was uphill or downhill.
And then you start that big descent down. So looks like Fabiola is going through the pass now before she starts the descent. I mean, even the top 10 in the women's race have all been through that Refugio Spizio within minutes of each other. So it is going to be a very exciting race on the women's sides too. There's still all to play for.
We're just moving back to our men's leader coming from Sweden, representing Team Adidas Running. He's hit the road now. This is a pass, ladies and gentlemen, and it is Martina Cumerlato.
Yes,
She's on the road now, only a few hundred meters away from that aid station. We're back and with some changes in the front of the women's race. Petter Engdahl still leading, but Tony, what do we got?
We've got a little switcheroo in our second position men's race. William Boffelli snuck up, like we said earlier on in the day.
Oh, there we go, team. We got to pass Emily Schmidt's back in the game, back in second place, pushing Martina Cumerlato.
So just over halfway. And Luca is making this look very simple, very smooth. Now we are looking at Martina on the screen. Oh, she's working hard.
Oh.
I'm out of energy completely.
You need help or?
No.
Okay.
No, I can manage to go down, but really bad.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so
yeah.
she's done.
No,
Oh,
it's okay.
no.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No problem.
Oh, well, that's heartbreaking.
Yep.
Super tough. And you could see that she was really struggling on that hill. And the reality of events like this, unfortunately, sometimes it's just not your day. Sometimes it's just a hard day out and things don't go your way. And it's always really hard to see that.
Emily Neves now running in third, chasing American runner Emily Schmidt. This is truly a one-man show again today. Oh, look at that! William Boffelli, ladies and gentlemen, and he's so much closer than we thought.
Yeah, the race is on.
Wow. We love a good fight. Look at that. William Boffelli, I reckon, would have caught a glimpse of Petter if he really tried. Here we go, back with the women's race and still in the lead irreparably. Here are the splits between your top three men at the last aid station. Petter Engdahl, 300 meters.
Yeah, Emily Schmitz went through wrong at 11 a.m., so 2:11 elapsed time. And Emmeline went through in 2:16.
Willie is chasing. He's got his head down, and he is definitely gunning it. And now Emily Schmitz has gone past the halfway point. Still climbing.
she would have been able to give him now the intel that he needed to know that William was chasing hard. Yeah, Fabiola's just coming up to that aid station. The Refugio Gabiet.
William Boffelli with poles, giving everything he's got. Ladies and gentlemen, that gap is melting. He is there. He will, for sure, if he looks up, he will see Petter Engdahl, and look at him go. Making full use of the poles. Again, the Skimo athletes.
We always talk about wanting a sprint finish. I think we're going to have a sprint final 5Ks between these two guys.
Even better, make it last. Oh, wow. It's actually, that pass is actually going to happen way before. But ladies and gentlemen, this is another pass that we didn't even see coming. Oh, and there they are coming into the aid station. That's going to be a bit of a shock to the system for the American runner. Blue and Ulu is first to leave the aid station and now finding herself in second place.
900 meters to go. I think he's got it.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the runner from Sweden representing Team Adidas Running is in the finishing stretch. He's not going to let go of the gas pedal. He wants to cross the line to be in the safe. Here he comes. Make some noise for the one and only Petter Engdahl. For the second place here in this Walserwaeg trail, coming from Italy, representing Team Fuga, the one and only William Boffelli. Here we go, breaks into a smile for that last finishing straight. Oh, there's gonna be a message here. Oh no, that's his big number. Oh yeah, he says,
He is done.
Done. Your top three gentlemen across the line.
Well, for the second time, you managed to grab the tape here at the Monte Rosa Walserwaeg in the 50K. What was different from last year?
Yeah, first of all, it was amazing to do the full original course. That second climb is just amazing. I think like brutal. You can't rest anywhere, and it takes you up in like the most scenic trails I ever done. So yeah, it was enjoyable that way, but otherwise it's, oh man, I had to fight today. Like I opened pretty control and got the gap like pretty easy, I feel, but I struggled after a while. Like the body didn't answer, and I felt like William was like pushing me from all the way. I could always see him behind me, and it's like, oh man, he would catch me. He would catch me any second now, but I still have a gap, so I just had to go for it. And then in the downhill, I was like, okay, I feel pretty good, and I need to like push a little bit, and then like, and he just kept that distance, and it just, I think it was just like on this last little field when I look back and didn't see him, I realized that, okay, I have this in the box, but oh man, it was hard.
Yeah, we saw you looking back, but you felt his breath on your neck many times. I think he was just trying. You were trying to go into a breakaway, but he was just behind you almost all the time.
Yeah, it was mentally tough today. It's been very hard. A couple of weeks. My grandfather passed away 2 weeks ago, and it's been really, really hard, and I was thinking a lot about him, and like in those really hard moments, it's I just thought of him, and that made me like push all the way, I think.
Well, you know that you have all the love from the trail running world that is just with you. A huge hug from us, and once again, you demonstrated your value, your technical values, and the huge, strong mental that you have in these races, even with the hot weather. So thank you so much. Congratulations once again for Petter Engdahl, your champion.
And we were telling you that she was not going to go down without a fight. Emily Schmidt from the US of A has responded to the attack of the Frenchies. See, yeah, like now we see the proper difference, and there is a world between them. Fabiola Conti has definitely made such a strong move early in the race to put herself in a really safe position. And there we go, finally breaking into a smile. That's what we love to see. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2026 winner of the Walserwaeg Trail, Fabiola Conti.
The smile is there. She has earned it today. What a race she has had.
And there you go, 2 wins out of 2. It's still taking her a bit before she breaks into a smile. She's just...
Are we going to see a smile?
Oh, yeah, it's going to come eventually. Come on, Emily, give it to us.
She's working all the way to the finish. There it is.
There we go. Yes.
Great work from Emily Schmidt.
Hungry for that finish line. 3rd place here means she punched her automatic entry into OCC next year. And she's already smiling.
She is so
A whole lot more.
All the smiles for your 3rd place champion today, Blue and Elu. What a run, what a run.
Team Colibri Trail Academy.
Third place today pour la Française qui termine avec la médaille au gold.
This year you came back to finish the business on the tiny distance, like 50K. So just tell us, how was your journey today?
The race is beautiful and very tough. Although it's less long than the last year. But the landscape and all the track is very technical, and is a course that and landscape that I never see before, because he's a part of the valley that I don't know very well, and I'm very happy for the race and to be here today, because I said to Giuditta and Franco the last week that I would like to do the race, and this is why I'm not the name on the bib, but I'm very happy, and I thanks Giuditta, Franco, and my family that is here today teaching me.
This 50K race lived up to its expectations. Petter Engdahl successfully defended his title by winning the race in 4 hours 19 minutes after taking the lead from the very first climb. Local runner William Boffelli secured 2nd place, just like last year, finishing only 2 minutes behind Petter Engdahl. We believed it could happen, but it wasn't meant to be this time. Luca Del Pero completed the podium. In the women's race, last year's 100-mile winner Fabiola Conti lived up to her favorite status and claimed another victory this year, winning the 50K in 5 hours and 30 minutes. American Emily Schmidt finishes 2nd, only 9 minutes behind. Young French athlete Blue and Hille delivers a very promising performance for the future and completed the podium. The 100K, also known as Monte Rosa Trail, takes runner on a journey through the spectacular Monte Rosa region. Covering 80 kilometers and 6,300 meters of elevation gain, the adventure begins in Pont-Saint-Martin, a charming town nestled among the vineyards of the lower Aosta Valley. After crossing the iconic Roman bridge, the route enters the Lys Valley, winding through picturesque villages rich in history and tradition. It then reaches the Ayas Valley, home to the historic Grands Castle, before heading to breathtaking alpine lakes with the mighty Matterhorn standing on the horizon. Finally, from the Rothorn Pass, the course descends towards the Walser villages of Gressoney-la-Trinité and Gressoney-Saint-Jean. A legend of mountain running, Sweden's Emily Forsberg is steadily returning to her best. With her experience and pedigree, she remains a serious contender in the women's field. With a strong track record and a recent win at the Trail 100 Andorra by UTMB earlier this year, Martina Valmassoi will be aiming for a top performance. Former professional soccer player Paulina Kravchak has brought her athletic background and competitive mindset to the trail. Winner of the Omedeus 100 mile by UTMB earlier this season, she has proven she belongs amongst the strongest contenders in the women's field. A specialist in steep and technical trails, Martin Anthamatten brings years of alpine racing experience and has all the qualities needed to challenge the leaders in the men's field. Stefan Kirsch arrives with an impressive 886 UTMB index. Winner at Lake Sonoma earlier this season, he'll be aiming to make his mark over the 100-mile distance. The man to beat in the men's race, Italy's Cristian Minoggio comes in as a clear favorite. Winner of the 100K last year and second at the OCC after an unforgettable finish, he has both the experience and the form to claim the win at home.
So I'm Emily Forsberg. I'm a trail runner for normal. And yeah, I have been in this sport for very long. And just happy to be back running this distance again. I heard that it's a very beautiful race, and then when I saw that Franco was the race director, I was like, it must be a good one. And I heard beautiful things, and also it's in Italy. I love races in Italy. It's often very beautiful courses, and they know what they're doing. And also the distance is very challenging for me because I loved this distance before, like all my pregnancies, and now coming back to this, I'm super excited, a bit nervous, and just happy to get going on this wonderful distance again. At the moment, I feel that I'm coming back into some kind of race shape, so it's hard for me to really feel that I got strengths, but I think I'm at the moment quite all around. Like I'm okay on the flat, I'm okay on the uphill, I'm okay on the downhill. I'm not great at the moment at anything, so I just hope that it will, I will play it smart. I think the most I learned is that you can adapt and things can be great anyway. You don't need to follow a plan because it changes with kids. You just roll with it and it turns out more or less the same, I would say, as if you would stick to the plan.
It was interesting seeing that aerial shot at the start line. Virtually everyone wearing a cap.
Oh yeah. I didn't pay attention to that. Actually, that's a very good point.
I mean, if it's in the mandatory kit, which I'd have to check, but I suspect it is, you might as well wear it. If it's going to be a hot, sunny day.
But also one athlete that we'll get to see. Whoa!
Certainly sticking together.
Il y a des chamois, des bouquetins là. Regardez à gauche, team 9.
Oh yeah, we get.
Woo!
Oh, wow! How good is this?
We have a third place coming in from the mountain ibex. And there we have images of Martina Valmassoi, absolute Italian stallion. I know we only usually use that for the men, but I think she deserves that title. Yeah,
Italian.
I think we've all underestimated what she is capable of, and I'm excited to see what she does at UTMB next month. I mean, this is a lot of racing. That's the only thing that I'm concerned about.
Again, new name around the block, but so far looking super strong. Oh, look at these two goats.
Whoa.
Oh, that is unreal. Again, they're not even halfway. And look, on this technical descent, you see Cristian Minoggio pulling ahead quite a bit, while we know that Martin Anthamatten is still super strong on this kind of terrain. And the cam runner was talking back to the studios like, guys, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up on that descent. And there we go. We actually had the pass. I wasn't sure because it seemed like there was a bit of a difference between her and Martina. But then I understand why Emily looked so aggressive. She's making a big move here. And now we have Emily Forsberg in first and Martina Valmassoi in second in the women's race.
And here we have Martina there taking advantage of the water. She's still got her poles out.
Did she put her poles in it?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, because then, if that's the case, like, it has happened before. Some athletes could not fold them. They get stuck.
Everything was sticky.
I think she just... Oh, sticky. That's it. I think she was just cleaning her hands.
Oh, there we go. There's our French woman, Maud Granier.
Ah. Welcome to the party.
Hey.
Our top two men, Cristian Minoggio
All right.
and Martin Anthamatten from Switzerland, they are continuing to run neck and neck with Cristian Minoggio in the lead. This is last year's winner.
That's ridiculous.
And they are coming up on close to the top of the second major climb, the second out of three big climbs. There are little...
Here you go.
You can see there the course profile, those three big climbs through the course, starting at Pont Saint-Martin, ending in Glaçonnet.
And look at that.
Look at Cristian move. He is so beautiful to watch on these trails. It looks like he was just born somewhere in the mountains.
He's a man goat.
Course. He is a man goat.
Oh! Yeah.
We have another race against the animals. Cristian Minoggio versus the wildlife, and it's Cristian who wins.
So she's passed. She's back in the lead.
Confirme qu'elle a doublé et donc elle est devenue première femme de ce que je comprends. Et elle me parle de Émilie.
She is back in first. I was not expecting that.
Yes. So there you go. I mean, on the right-hand side of your screen, second place, Martin Anthamatten. He's still looking extremely strong. Like, there's a lot of spring in his steps, so he's definitely not done. So there we go. We're going to get back with our women's leader, Martina Valmassoi. And let's... Oh, no. I was going to say, let's look behind if we can see catch a glimpse of Emily, but... No.
Martina is also looking behind.
Take too much attention. So I guess he's showing him the images on his phone. So he said basically you can sit down here and wait for 15 minutes to serve your penalty.
You can see here when this happened, we were chatting, and you were saying,
see it here,
it's fine because he's going from flag to flag, and that might be something that would be allowed in sky running, but. In these kinds of trail races here, really for the protection of the environment, for the protection of the trails, you have to stick with the path.
Yeah.
You know, you can't, if you just go flag to flag, there are never going to be as many flags as you need on each point of switchback. So you can't really just take the most direct route on an uphill or a downhill. You have to stick to those trails. It is so critical for all of the runners, but especially the elites, to read the race rules and know them back to front. Have your crew know them back to front. And, you know, even with the wealth of experience that these runners have, we're seeing them make really, really critical mistakes.
And there we go, team.
Back on course.
Out of the gate. 6:55:20. Okay, so we have first and second on the screen. It's hard to gauge, but there's a bit of a gap because it's been a while since Martina Valmassoi has gone past this lake. So Emily Forsberg has lost quite a bit of ground, so unsure yet the reason for it. We haven't had close-up images of Emily just yet. It is Emily Forsberg running live alongside two gentlemen, and she is now probably less than 10 minutes from Champoluc aid station. And I love how she, kept her composure. Emily put a massive surge on her, and she was like, all right, nah, you go. Like, she just knows herself, and she's got now, admittedly, more experience in ultras than Emily. And, she didn't respond, let it happen, and eventually gradually closed that gap. That is a bit on the long side for Martin Anthamatten, but he's got the distance nailed, and, that's going to be a big win.
Phenomenal.
And there we go, Cristian Minoggio coming to the road, so there will not be a pass, and I think he's lost
I think he knows it.
The fire to try it. He's giving up the chase. Let's put it that way.
You can see they're only 700 meters apart.
Yeah.
And we're talking about an 82-kilometer race, and they get to the end just 700 meters apart after a 15-minute time penalty.
Yeah.
cheer our men's leader in to the finish line in this 82-kilometer race, 6,350 meters of climb. Men's leader, Martin Anthamatten, ran an absolutely solid race, chasing down Cristian Minoggio, sticking right behind him for a good, long part of the race, for hours, in fact, until Cristian put a bit of a gap on him and then lost it due to a time penalty. And this is well-deserved. Congratulations to our Swiss winner.
Yeah, this is a big one.
Going for his victory lap. Cristian Minoggio waving to the crowds.
But
he took his time penalty like a champ, but it definitely hurt his race.
And he probably will remain the fans' favorite, all the locals. Last year's winner.
And how can you not cheer for this Italian in a race in Aosta Valley? And there we go, a good hug at the finish line, but that was a tough pill to swallow, I'm sure.
We have our third male runner coming so close now to the finish line, coming from France and carrying the Monte Rosa Walserwaeg 100K category. And we're still here.
Let's go, Louis Tehon, our third place man, really gritting it out.
Oh, yeah.
Runs towards the finish line. I love this. He is pushing until the very last step. That's a grimace. Yes, you did it.
Wow. Coming in hot. Your top three runners, Martin Anthamatten, Cristian Minoggio, and just crossing the line, coming from France, Louis Tehon.
Martina Valmassoi, who has absolutely stormed through this race yet again.
1,500 meters to the finish line for Martina Valmassoi to seal the deal on this Monterosa Walserwaeg by UTMB 100K distance.
And
there we go!
Woo!
We're getting a hug!
We are getting the cowbell out. Let's go, Martina!
Party on!
Queen of the mountains, Queen of Aosta, we have Martina Valmassoi from the Dolomites. Absolutely stoked to be finishing this race in 11 hours, 30 minutes, a full 40 minutes faster than last year's winner.
Grande!
With hearts in her eyes. Salt dried on her legs, and now she's going for her victory lap. She has had just a fantastic race. Mom of three. She was talking about the heat, worried about how she would fare given that where she lives it's only about 15 degrees. And today we've seen temperatures in the mid-20s or higher with the humidity on top of that. She is glowing. There is just total joy emanating from all parts of Emily Forsberg right now. Let's ring the bell. Our second place win in 11 hours, 56 minutes, Emily Forsberg from Sweden. Here we go. This is our third place winning, a replay of Mahmoud Grenier finishing the 100K race.
Look at that smile. Man, his stoke is high. Woo!
A little hop at the end.
There we go. We got a hug. That's oh, well, that looks like the folks.
That must be her parents. Oh, thumbs up from her mom.
Minoggio and Anthamatten ran together until the halfway point, setting an impressive pace on the descent. Minoggio took the lead on the descent before Champoluc, but was later handed a 15 minutes penalty. The Swiss runner Anthamatten then took control of the race with 20 kilometers to go. Back in racing mode, Cristian Minoggio gave everything he had to defend his title, but Anthamatten held firm to claim the victory, breaking the course record set by Minoggio in 2025 by several minutes. Minoggio crossed the finish line less than 5 minutes later, and after a strong comeback in the second half of the race, the French runner Louis Tehon completes the podium. From the very start of the race, Martina Valmassoi and Emilie Forsberg took control. They battled head-to-head throughout the day before Martina pulled away to claim the victory in 11 hours and 29 minutes. Emilie Forsberg confirmed her excellent form by finishing second place in under 12 hours. France's Mao Garnier completed the podium. The 100-mile distance, or the Sentiers des Valdôtains, is an extraordinary journey through the heart of the Alps, taking runners beneath two of its most iconic peaks, the Matterhorn and the Monte Rosa. Featuring 120 kilometers with 8,300 meters of elevation gain, this challenging adventure begins in Aosta, the vibrant region capital. The experienced Claire Banworth is one of the leading contenders in the women's race. The French 100-mile specialist arrives fresh from a second-place finish at the Trail Verbier-Saint-Bernard 100 miles just days earlier. Representing Switzerland, Ariane Willem arrives in strong form after claiming victory at the 100K of Ultra Trail Stodonia by UTMB earlier this season. After finishing second at the Istria 100 earlier this season, Slovenia's Martina Klančnik-Poč comes into this race in strong form and will be one to watch in the women's field. Just like in the women's race, the men's 100-mile promises to be a tightly contested battle. Despite a challenging 2025 season marked with several DNFs, the winner of the TDS 2023, Cristian Minoggio, 851 UTMB index, remains one of the favorites. With 2 wins and 2 runner-up finishes already this season, Italy Gionata Cogliatti is arguably the man in form and the one to watch at the front of the men's race. Fresh off a win in the Pyrenees just days ago, France's Simon Guignard takes on his first 100-mile race, aiming to prove he belongs amongst the favorites. There we go. Oh, and somebody is pulled away.
Really going out with a big lead from the start. I'm intrigued. I'm loving it. I love the story of this guy. I hope he stays in the lead, Fabien, myself, until the first checkpoint.
Yeah, and you see here on the 3D map, so runners have gone through part of the city, but they'll just keep climbing through the higher stages, the high levels of houses.
There we go, ahead of the women's race here. And our men's leader, Fabien Maison. Fabien, that is correct. He just took off the start line and kind of looked behind him thinking, why isn't everyone following me? There we go, Martin Lantenois from France.
There we go. You number 71. You are soon to be winner.
You are set up to win this race, so
don't let us down.
I'm just looking at this flyover of the start of this course. You can just see how unrelenting it is as they go through the town, up into the forest, and then switchbacks.
And it gets pretty steep at times. I think that in Blavy there is an aid station. I'm pretty sure, because I'm going off like memories from
yes,
from
Blavy,
last year.
there is an aid station.
Yeah. So they kind of pop out onto that pasture. And you can see like town and the valley in the background. It's pretty stunning. And then they're back out straight up. And it's still like a really long climb. And I think it's just as they get on that traverse, on the other side of these mountains, that we will eventually be losing him.
And we are back now following the head of the race. Do we still have Fabien in the lead?
Oh no. I'm not seeing Fabien Masson anymore.
Unless he is even further
ahead.
And there we're back with our leading women, I believe. Another Martina Klančnik-Poč from Slovakia. And here we have, what number is
Cristian Minoggio?
Is that our Canadian?
I don't know. And that is a look that I could give him.
And so now 7.3 kilometers in for our leading women. It is 10K to that first checkpoint. Labby.
And now we are with the men's leader coming from Canada, living in Spain, Cristian Minoggio. There we go, big crowds for our women's leader, Martina Klančnik-Poč. Allez, allez, die.
So our
Oh,
highest.
and look at the hats that these gentlemen are wearing. There's a hat and a big feather on it. Nice. Things have settled into the people we were expecting, let's say. Let's put it that way. We're expecting to see around this area. And actually going into the night, if I were any of these gentlemen, I'd be like, all right, I'm sticking with that group. You wanna be with people during the night, even if the pace is a little off. Yep. Obviously, you don't want to be overreaching too early, but you don't want to be spending the night on your own, that's for sure.
Here we are back with our leading women coming in to the checkpoint. All right.
There she is.
Martina Klenchnik-Podric. She is running in, 14th overall.
The future trail running victory goes for the victory. Goes for the glory.
Winner on the line, coming with a bright smile and celebrating an absolute
The winner is
It was definitely one of our favorite runners, Jérôme Vanderscheeg from Belgium, who finished and wrapped up this monster of a race in 15 hours.
Déjà 5e circuito del Degrado del Fou, second place today, 120 km, 120 K, secondo posto Belgio, Florian Descamps! E attendo fuori, Diego Meta, secondo posto, Florian Descamps!
We'll have the replay of more runners because it looks like Simone Corsini from Italy has also finished. There we go. And
Simone Corsini!
So that was a very, very tight race in the men's for that podium. Just for second and third because Jérôme Vanderscheeg was miles ahead. But
Simone Corsini!
And here we have it, ladies and gentlemen, our women's champion from the
winner,
100-mile category, Sentiers de Valdôtains, Lisa Borzani, coming through in first position in 1939. 7,976 minutes. An incredibly impressive race from this champion. Very smart race. Very well-paced race. Very impressive run from Lisa Borzani, your Italian champion of this year's 100 category race. Here we go, your second place, Claire Banworth from France, Carlos Figueroa, finishing in 19:29.57, so just over 6 minutes. Just under 6 minutes back.
the Duracell bunny who just never ever stops. It's what she achieves year after year in all the races that she does is just unreal. Absolutely unreal.
She was your leader in this race for many kilometers and unfortunately couldn't hold on to that top position. But finishing here today in second place is an incredibly impressive run as well. Well, another very impressive woman, Martina Klenchnik-Podric.
I don't think I would have done better.
I tried. Yeah. Incredible, rounding out the podium here today in 19:30.58. Another really impressive run. All three of these women finishing within 16 minutes of each other.
After a long night out on the trails for the 100-mile runners, Jérôme Vanderscheeg claims a victory in 15 hours and 33 minutes. It was a Belgian 1 and 2, with his compatriot Florian Descamps taking second place in exactly 16 hours. Last year's winner, Simone Corsini, completed the podium. In the women race, the outcome was decided in the final kilometers, with the podium places separated by only a few minutes. Italy Lisa Borzani claimed victory in 19 hours and 19 minutes after a thrilling battle with France's Claire Banworth, who finished just 6 minutes later in second place. Slovenia's Martina Klenchnik-Podric completed the podium in 19 hours and 30 minutes. What an event, ladies and gentlemen! Once again, the Monte Rosa Walserwaeg by UTMB has delivered an incredible performance with breathtaking landscapes and iconic battles on the trails of the Aosta Valley. We'll soon meet again during the last week of August for the most anticipated event in the season, the HOKA UTMB Mont-Blanc, which will host the finals of the 50K, 100K, and 100-mile formats of the UTMB World Series circuits. These races are set to make history, so we'll already see you in Chamonix.